Right, students. So today we will go for the very important discussion. Online students, am I audible to you people? All of you respond it. Good. What was our yesterday's class concept? ఇప్పుడు అక్కడ అంత దూరం కూర్చోబెట్టావు అక్కడంటే అక్కడికి వెళ్ళమని కాదు. నో ఇట్లా రండి. ఇప్పుడు ఇంత గ్యాప్ ఉంది కదా, ఇక్కడ కొద్దిగా దగ్గర కూర్చోబెట్టచ్చు కదా, వాళ్ళు కూడా చూస్తారు కదా. కొద్దిగా మనం అప్లై చేయాలి కూర్చోబెట్టేటప్పుడు. ఇప్పుడు కాదు, ఇప్పుడు వద్దు. ఓకే, నేను మళ్ళా చెప్తాను మీకు. మన క్లాస్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత నేను ట్రైనింగ్ ఇస్తాను మీకు ఎట్లా కూర్చోబెట్టాల్సి. మీరు కూడా కూర్చోండి, లేదంటే పైథాన్ నేర్చుకున్నారు మీరు కూడా. రైట్, క్లాస్ తర్వాత చెప్తాను నేను ఎట్లా కూర్చోబెట్టాల్సి. రైట్, సో లెట్ us go to the first. So last class I already said to you the very important concept. I said to you already the differences between traditional Python list and ndarray. So today I'm going to enter into number of approaches to create an object of ndarray. Very important. So how to create number of approaches of creating an object of ndarray. First of all, what is an ndarray? I said already, it's a class of which module? NumPy module. What is the use of creating an object of ndarray? To store the data. Sit properly. What is that sitting irregular thing? Sit like a classroom student. Okay, so keep that chair properly. No, don't create trouble for other students. So here the purpose of ndarray class object creation is to store the data in the form of 1D, 2D and ND. Already you know what is 1D and 2D and ND. I already said to you. So I'm going to write it. So here I am writing ndarray is one of the predefined class present in class come on, numpy dot what? ndarray present into the module called numpy module. Instead of that, I can write in shortcut like that, numpy module. So the question will come on this ndarray is, what is the need of creating an object of ndarray? So I'm going to write it. The purpose of creating an object of ndarray is that to store what? The values. To store the values in the form of 1D, comma what? 2D and ND. For that purpose, I'm going to use it what? Object of ndarray. So how many ways are there to create it? To create an object of ndarray, we have almost so many approaches are there. I'll be giving some around some 10 to 15 approaches I will give you. I can tell you more than 50 approaches are there. But so how to learn all these things is really an important. Complete programming knowledge on Python is required, especially data types. It is a very important for other batch students. If you don't know Python data types, it's difficult to catch me. Beginning only I'm telling to you. And for my batch students, there is no problem. If you attend regularly, you will get this perfect knowledge. So take care about it. We have the following approaches. What are those approaches? I'm going to write it. So I heard from different batch students, they doesn't taught even single module in the previous in other batches. Single module also did not explain. Single function also they did not explain. Completely theory they taught, it seems. So after the class is over, some students are meeting me and they're showing their notes. I really wondered by seeing that. Only theory. There is no use of that. So I'm going to talk about it. Number one. So first function is called what? Array. All these functions are present into which module? NumPy module they are going to present. Number one is array. All of you spell out, speak out. Array of, array gado, array of, spell out. Array of, slowly, slowly. Because more string, you need to speak more fluently here. Array of, spell out. Next is called a range of, spell out. After I write, you need to read out. Spell out again. Right. Next is called what you know. Next, zeros of, zeros of. Next, fourth is called what you know. One more kind of function is called what? Ones of. What is the function name? Ones of. Next, fifth one is called what you know. Full of. Spell out. Full of. Next is called what you know. Linspace. Linspace. Spell out. Linspace of. Good. Next is called what you know. Diagonal of. Spell out. Diagonal of. Next is called hstack of. Spell out. Next is called vstack of. Vstack of. This is called the functions which are present in that. Next, I'm going to talk about it. In the submodule, I will take it. The submodule. Submodule in the sense, NumPy is a module. In that, there is one more type of module is available. NumPy dot. There is one more module called a random. Very, very important to any interviewer. If we go to an interview point of view, the random number generation concept is very important, like OTPs, like capture code that is called a graphics code. If you want to generate such a type of code, this type of things required. There I'm going to write it. Number one is called what? Randint. Spell out. Randint. Randint of. Good. Next is called what you know? Rand. Rand n. Spell out. Rand n of. Third is called what you know? Normal of. Spell out. That is called a normal distribution. Have you heard about normal distribution in colleges? Yes. మనం అన్ని వినింటాం కానీ ఏది రాదు. Okay, no issue. Now go to the next one called fourth one is called what you know? Rand off. Spell out. Now fifth one is called uniform off. Spell out. Uniform off. Next is called what you know, students? Another one is called choice of. Spell out. Next, the seventh one is called what you know? Next one is called a shuffle off. Shuffle off. This is called a seventh one. Seventh one. Next, I will go for eighth one is called permutations of. Come on. Permutations of. There is one more is also called what you know. Combinations of also is there. A, B, C. A, B, C. A, B, C is a string, for example. A, B, C. A, B, A, C. A, B, C, A, C, B, B, C, A, B, A, C, C, A, B. That combinations I want to print. Write a Python program which will show all the combinations of a letter called Mississippi. Word called Mississippi. These are all direct questions in the interview point of view. So to answer all those things, you need to have a complete discussion about this class. Understand? I can skip off all these things. If I skip off all these things, you will be skipping to the where? I don't want to use the word. Skipping to where? Somewhere else, which is no job at all. So try to learn deep of it. And these classes are so deeply I will discuss because I am not going to contain like YouTubers and all those other classes. Just one or two classes getting over. And this batch is starting after two batches. Already some person's batch started. There are only 20-30 people completed. And now this is almost 600 plus students are there. Try to learn everything most perfectly. So how many approaches are there to create an object of that? Almost 17 approaches are there. There is one more, also some more also I will add. Ninth, combinations of. Difference between permutations and combinations examples. I will explain those things also I will write separately. There is a D stack is also there. Here H stack is written, V stack is written. There is a D stack also will be there. I will be telling about all these things. There is a simply stack is also there. So stack, D stack, H stack, V stack. These many number of things are there. So once you go to an interview, whatever the question comes in NumPy, it should be from our notes. Try to practice well. How many approaches are there? So instead of saying 17, 18, 19, 20, the following approaches you say. Can you tell some of them? If you tell these many, you are a king in the industry. If you tell one or two, also king. But I recommend to you, all of you, to tell these many. Can you can you read out now? Write out. Come on, read out, everybody. Seriously. Array of, a range of, series of, nums of, full of, linspace of, diagonal of, hstack of, vstack of, randint of. 1 minute. 1 minute. NumPy dot random dot randint of. These are all functions present in which module? Random module. Random module of which module? NumPy. NumPy. How do you, what is the fully qualified name of randint? NumPy dot random dot randint. Next, random, normal of, rand of, uniform of, choice of, shuffle of, permutations of. How many? Almost 17 I said. Can anybody can tell now this 17? No, not possible. Correct? But tomorrow you need to tell. Because after I posted, you need to practice and you need to tell. Correct? But I recommend you, you need to tell. The moment when I write immediately in the class, you need to spell out. Okay, na? So now I will move to the further. So I will go for discussing. Online students, offline students, are you expecting deep subject from me or just up and downs like other places? Deep subject. Definitely deep. If you want, I need to discuss more and more subject or not. So if I NumPy, I can tell in 2 days also like other people, but I don't want because as a doctorate in computer science, I want to give quality of education for you. That's why let me explain very deep of it. Even if you don't ask me deep, I will teach deep only. Whoever is interested, they will come. Who doesn't have the knowledge, they can't catch me. That's why to understand me, you need to have some prerequisite knowledge. That is my Python notes. I will post very soon. Now I'm going to enter into what? First one with array. Array of I'm going to use it. So now I will go to the array of. What is the significance of this array of? I'm going to write it. Syntax. First, syntax I will write it. Syntax I'm going to write it. The syntax is variable name is equal to numpy dot array of object comma d type. Object comma d type. I'm going to talk about it. Simultaneously, while I'm explaining these kind of functions, I would like to give you some small concept here called attributes of ndarray. What are those, ma? Attributes of ndarray. Attributes of ndarray. I'm going to give you here. Attributes of ndarray I will explain. So, what are the attributes of ndarray? Number one, I will write it nd. Yesterday's class we used, na? Right. Don't buttify. Speak out. When you speak out, na, automatically subject will come. Don't try to buttify. Number one is called what you know? Shape. Number three is called what? D type. Number three is called what? Size. Number four is called what? Item size. Number five is called what, ma? Item size. Item size. So these things I will use it very perfectly in my class. Already you know dimension, which will give you what? Dimension of your array. 1D na, 2D na, 3D na. How many types of arrays are there? Three types. Number one, 1D, 2D, ND. ND contains 3D, 4D, etc. But practical life it is containing only 3D. So 1D contains what? Row format. 2D contains what? Rows and columns. Rows and right. 3D contains what? Number of matrices, number of rows, number of columns. That is called 3D. Very good. Now shape will give you whether it is a 1D shape or 2D shape or 3D shape, it will be given. For example, 1D shape is going to be, for example, 9 comma. What is the meaning of 9? 9 elements are there in the array. That is called 1D shape. That is the tuple format it will give you. What is the format? Tuple format. So it is not a tuple. Remember that it is not a tuple. It is called which type? Int. 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 If I write 9 comma, it is called what? Tuple format. Because this will be learned in the LKG only in our class. Now, next this is called 1D. 2D. 3 comma 3. This is also called a tuple. What is the 3 comma 3? To 3 rows. Right. For example, it is called 12. It is called 4 comma 3. What is the 12 comma 1D? What is the 4 comma 3? 4 rows. That is called 2D. Next, be careful about it. 2 comma 2 comma 3. 2 comma 2 comma 3. It is a 3D. What is the first two represents? Two matrices. Each matrix contains how many rows? What is the 3 represents? That is called what? 3D. So shape will give you what? Is it 1D na, 2D na, 3D na? D type gives you data type, which will give you what ma? Int 8, int 16, int 16, int 32, int 64, int 64, comma, float 16, float 32, float 32, float 64, etc. etc. These are called internal data types of C language. Internal data types of C language. Sir, what is this 8, sir, 16, sir, etc., sir? These things are called bits. These things are called bits. This concept I was already explained to you in the concept of bitwise operators. 8-bit register, 16-bit register, 32-bit register, 64-bit register. In my class, I was already explained it. So when you come to my concept, generally bitwise operators, no teacher will explain you because it is going to be something different, because they don't know or they know. Even if they don't know how to explain basically. And when you go to any written test in the companies, they will ask you bitwise operators and how the bit representation is written with a complete explanation I gave you, with flipping of how the bits are flipped off with formulas and everything explained. And how important this bitwise operators in set mechanism it is, you can't imagine it. In the big companies, bitwise operators are used like anything. It is called a 16-bit representation. That is known as what? Int 16. The 16 represents what? 16-bit register. 32 represents what? 32-bit register. Like that we said. And at the same time, when you have seen about XOR operators and all those things, I was explained to you in our classroom how these XOR operators are used in sets symmetric difference purpose, how they are used in list with bitwise operators. Almost I was explained like anything. So those kind of things are explained to you perfectly. So int 8, int 16, etc. are called internal data types of our C language that you need not to worry about it. Why I don't worry about this? Because in data analysis, we never bother about int type of, float type of, bool type of, list type of, we never bother. We bother all its super type is what? Object type only. Who is the super type of all the types? Object. Object is a super type for all the types. That is only for your understanding purpose I am giving. What is the int 8? 8-bit register. Your data is represented in 8 bits. What is the maximum data you can store it into? Int 8, 0 to 255. I said how to calculate also. 2 star star 8 will give you 256. 0 to 256 minus 1. 0 to 255 values only we can store. 255 binary values are what? 8 ones. 8 ones. More than 8 ones. 257, how do you store? That 8 bits will become doubled. In the bitwise operators, everything I was explained. It will become 16. 2 to the power of 16 is how much? 65,536. That are all explained in the bitwise operators. So coming to the point back, size will give you 12. If it is the case, it will give you 12. If it is going to be called a 12 in the sense, this example I am saying, size is nothing but number of elements in the ndarray, something like a length in our Python programming. Here, what is the size, ma? What is the size? Here also 12. Here also 12. Here also, what is the size? 2 comma 2 comma 3, that is 2 into 2 into 3. It is also going to give you what? 12. So size will give you the number of elements in the ndarray. Following? What is the item size represents? Item size represents individual value of the ndarray size will be given. Suppose there are having 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50. Suppose a 10 size will be given in terms of bytes. 20 size will be given in the form of bytes. Individual element size will be given by the, which one? These are all called what? Items. Each item size will be given for us. And especially this item size is of no use in the programming. Why? Python is going to store which data? Unlimited amount of data. Are we really bothering about the memory space of our value now? No. So item size will give you what? Individual value size will be given. What size will give you? Total elements will be given here. There is a difference between size and, but in interview point of view, if you go, these attributes are important. How many attributes are there in ndarray? 5. Spell out. Ndim, shape, dtype, size, item size. Last one you forget. Last one I will explain to you with practically. First four are clear. I hope so. Once again, tell me what are the attributes of ndarray? Ndim, shape, size, dtype, dtype, dtype. Spell out. Dtype. What is the dtype? Data type. That too internal data type of C language will be given. Int 8, like that it will be given. So that kind of data type, how can I use it in Python? You need not remember these varieties of int. Simply if you write int data type, that is enough. I will show you now how to use it. You need not remember this entire individual sizes. I will remember simply float if I write, it will be coming into picture. Shall I move to the further? Right, come on to the point back. Here I'm going to write it. Here, explanation I'm writing, variable name. Variable name is an object of, is an object of class called what? ndarray. ndarray. ndarray is a class, belongs to what here? NumPy. NumPy. What is this function will do first of all? This function is used for, this function is used for converting converting traditional Python object, converting traditional Python objects, traditional Python objects. What are the Python traditional object? Fundamental data types. Next is called sequence data types, list data types, set data types. This is called what? Set data types. Next is called what? Dict data type. Dict data type. Next is called what? None type data type. None type data type. And somebody says scalar, vector, that this, etc. That is a cock and bullock story. How many data types are there? Totally 14 data types are there, organized into 6 categories. If we say scalar, non-scalar, primitive, non-primitive, Hyderabad, Secunderabad, these kind of things is waste of time. And you will see, people will see top to bottom. Don't learn gully subject. Try to learn international subject. How many data types are there? 14. Classified into 6 categories. 6 categories. Because why I am showing this kind of thing? Because other batch students to get into my line of control, I am going to give you that. So in middle of it, I have to talk to them for more concentratedly. There are 14 data types are there, classified into fundamental category comes to this 4. Next is called sequence category comes to this place 4. List category data types comes to this point. Set category data types comes to this stage. Dict category data type comes to this stage. And a none type category data type, none type is a class. And how many combinations? This is a pillars for you to become a stronger. Okay. Now coming to this place here. This is used for converting into which object? Into an object of what? ndarray. Why are you converting this into ndarray first of all? What is the need of converting into ndarray? For getting the beautiful advantages of less memory space for large sampling, fastest retrieval purpose, and the advantages which is already listed in the last class. For that purpose, I will convert it. Are you understanding me? So why it is the need of creating these many number of approaches here to get the advantages of ndarray? I need to go for creating these many number of ways with the different requirements. That's why I'm going for these many number of things. Well, come to the next point of it. Here, one more, this is one thing. Here, variable name is an object of ndarray. And array function, already you know, is one of the predefined function, is one of the predefined function present in which place? NumPy module. Present in which module? NumPy module. Because module is a collection of global variables, function names, class names. What is my function name? Array of is a predefined function. Next, object represents. I already said to you, object represents int type, float type, bool type, complex type, which is known as what? Fundamental data types. Non-iterable objects. These words are very important. Comma, str, next is called what? Bytes, next is called what? Byte array, next is called range, next is called what? List. This is comes under, these four are comes under what? Sequence category data type. Next is called what? List comma tuple. That is comes under list data type. Next is what? Set comma frozen set. Next comma what? Frozen set. Comma next. These two are comes under set data type. Next is dict. Comma what? None type. None type. These many are the data types. These many number of objects you can convert it into which object? ndarray object. And I'm going to write it here. Very important word is D type. Represents what? Internal data type of C language, because the NumPy was developed in C language and implemented in C language as well as Python. Why C language? For fastest execution. Why Python language? For comfortability of the programming. Well, and along with that, okay, sir, int and float is okay. Int, varieties of int we have seen already. Int you have seen already. Int 8, int 16, int 32, int 64, like that. I will tell you that typecasting. Int 8 to int 16 typecasting, I'll tell you. Int 16 to int 32 typecasting, I'll tell you. Int 32 to int 8 typecasting, I'll tell you. There is one function called as type. There is one function called as type. Compulsory questions, these are all. So, suppose I have the value called 255. But my type of the data is what? Int 32 bits are there. Is it really require 32 bits for that? No. 255 require what? 8 bits is enough. So with my more programming skill, I will convert int 32 data type into int 8. Int 8. Are you following me? How to do that? There is one typecasting function is present into ndarray. There's a lot more things to discuss with you. Next, float is also there. Float related things are what? Float 16, float 32, float 64, something like that. As far as the str is concerned, it is represented by the symbol called U, represents Unicode. If my string represents 4 letters, it is represented as U4. If my string data contains 4 letters, it is represented as U4. Like this, it will be represented. Suppose if my string contains 6 letters, it will contain what? U6. There is a 4-letter word is there, 6 letters word is there. It is going to take the maximum string memory space will be allocated. That is called U6 will be created. U6 represents Unicode with a 6 bytes of memory space is created. That 6 represents what? Length of the string will be represented. I think you are following me. Come on, fast. So what are the internal data types of C language? Come on. Int 8, int, etc. Varieties of int. Floats, and then what? str represented with u, and the numeric value called what? u8, u6, u7, u3. That to which u6, v4 maximum letter length only will be taken up. Are you following me? Right. And here, let me go to the example part here. I will show you all these kind of things, all these kind of conversions I will tell you. So once we are learning this NumPy, we should become a certified person in Python for data science, Python for data science certification from NASCAM. And when you go to an interview point of interview rounds, when you go to the Python, these days, half of the questions are coming from NumPy and Pandas also. Only I will learn Python, I will do wonders in Python. If you think of my students, you be take care by yourself. You need to be perfect in NumPy and Pandas also, what we discussed. Because I said 3 projects in NumPy Pandas also. That projects also you need to keep it in your resume along with your CLI projects, which we discussed already in the classroom. And you already done 2 projects by yourself. We posted 3 projects for you. Totally in the language level, we used to do 5 level of projects. Right? Come down to this area. Now I'm going to indicate. U indicates what I said, Unicode, not ASCII. Your C++ languages like. Why Unicode is followed? The Python language is available into multiple international languages, and this Python related implementations like NumPy Pandas is also available in multiple international languages. That's why Unicode representation is followed. Now I'm going to enter into the IDE now. Have you installed Jupyter Notebook yesterday? Is it ready with everybody? Right. So who did not install? Can you raise your hands? Can you raise your hands? Sit properly. Sit properly. So who did not install in offline? Telling lies is not good, kada? Hmm? So I know by seeing your faces, I can understand who did not install. If you don't install, you are only going back. If you install, you will be coming up. So anyhow, I will move to the further. I will move to the further. So let's go to the Jupyter Notebook. So I'm having already here all apps, Anaconda. Here I'm going to introduce Jupyter Notebook here. Jupyter Notebook here. Directly I'm opening. It is a server. It is a browser-based IDE. It is a kernel is started. It's nothing but background operations will be monitoring over there. So browser-based IDE. While you are working with this, you need to have an internet connection over it. Say new. There I will go to the Python. So it is opening the interface for me to work with it. This part is known as what? Cell. Spell out. Cell. This is known as cell. Right. Cell means not your cell. Mobile girl. So are you following me? So now I am going to start with. What is the module I forget? What is the module? Import NumPy as NP. NP. So what is that NP is called? Right. So you don't butify this NP, you can write any name over there. Okay. Right. And some students asked yesterday in the internet, sir, is it permanent to write NP daily? So if you ask such innocent questions, I need to make you to attend Python classes once again of mine. Import statements, I said 7 syntaxes for you. Out of that, any one of the syntax, you can use it. So it is one of the syntax. Now I'm going to write it. Start here. What is this now? I'm going to take up number of approaches to create an object of what? ndarray part 1. I'm going to explain. This is called part 1. I'm giving some title for my application. That is IPYNB is an extension. Now I'm going to take up create. This is my importing done. Now I want to create. First I will go to the integer value onwards. I will go on showing. How many attributes are there? 5. Spell out. Ending, shape, size, D type, item size. Item size don't tell. Rest of them you tell. నేను ఏది వద్దంటానో అదే చెప్తారు మీరు. ఏం నేర్చుకోకండి అసలు. సో యూ విల్ లెర్న్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. నేను ఏదైతే వద్దంటానో అదే చెప్తాను. ఐటమ్ సైజ్ ఈజ్ నాట్ నెసెసరీ, డోంట్ టెల్. యు ఆర్ సెయింగ్ దట్ ఈజ్ ఓన్లీ ఫస్ట్ వన్. ఇక్కడ చూడొద్దంటే చూసారట ఏముంది అక్కడ. సో డోంట్ డూ దట్. ఆర్ యు ఫాలోయింగ్? సో ఐటమ్ సైజ్ need not to worry now. You say the first four. Say once for me. Ending, shape, size, D type. D type. Okay. Start with. Now I'm going to create an object of ND array from which object value? Int object value. So I'm going to take up. Let us start working about it. A is equal to, or something like x is equal to 10. X is equal to 10. Print of value of x, and its type is equal to dot format of x comma type of x. Now I'm going to write it. Now convert it. Convert into what? ND What is the function name? Variable name is equal to NumPy dot array. So I'm converting traditional Python objects into NumPy. What is the need of converting traditional Python objects into ND array? Yesterday I said vector based operation, extracting the values with less time. So many advantages I said. So many advantages and differences I said. For that purpose, we are going to use it. Come on, A is equal to NP dot array of X. Now I'm going to give you. Now I'm going to print it. Something like this, I'm going to write it here. So I'm going to take a, here I'm writing content of ND array is equal to, and type is equal to, I'm writing here type is equal to dot format of A comma, what is this now? Type of A. So which is written here. At the same time, I'm going to write it. At the same time, you see that it is an int type, and simply this value converted, it is called ND array. Even if I write simply A also, I'm writing it. It is printing what? Array of 10 like this. Are you seeing that? Array of 10. Always try to remember this. NumPy is meant for dealing with arrays. Fine. Now I want to print some extra properties. I want to print dimension of A is equal to comma. What is that? A dot ndim. It is an attribute in which object? ND array. A dot imag. A is an object of what? Complex. If you go to Oracle row count, cursor object dot row count, cursor object dot description to get the metadata, like that. A dot ndim. Next, what is the ndim of this? Come on, print of d type of data, d type of A dot what? D type. Type of A will give you data type of A. A dot D type will give you value type. Value present in A is what? Integer. It is going to give you which type? Int 32 na, int 16 na. What type of bit it is using in NumPy's kind of place, that will be given. So you will be getting int 32 or int 16 will be getting maximum. So maximum you will get int 32 or what you will see. What is the dimension? Tell me. Come on. One dimension. That is a blender. Blender. Everybody will expect one only. That is a blender. Why it is not? It is called 0. Let me tell you the most important reason here. The point is, whenever you are taking this data type, int data type is a non-iterable object. Non-iterable object does not contain index. Is it containing any index? No. So it is a non-iterable object, does not contain any index. So that's why it is going to be containing what? 0 as an index. Moreover, you cannot perform any indexing and slicing on it. That's why it is also going to be called what? Zero index. So I will press this and try to observe up to here. So observe it. It is going to be something like, so D type, where it is going to give you some extra bracket. Okay. Now you see that what is the value of dimension? 0. What is that? D type into 32. So for the value called 10, it required to take up to 8 bits is enough, but it is taking how much? I can convert into 32 into 16. I can convert into 8 also I can convert. That is also one of the frequently asked question. How do you typecast into 32 value into where? Into 16. Into 16 into where? Into 8. In Python level, what you learned it? How to convert int type into which type? Float type. How to convert int into bool you learned. But here we are going to convert into varieties of bits typecasting you are going to learn it. That is we are going to tell you in the class. Typecasting mechanism in the ndarray. Are you getting this int type 32? Dimension 0? Good. Now I am going to enter into print of. Come on. So size of A is equal to A dot what? Size of. What is the size of this value? How many are there? Only one. Only one value is there. Are you following me? How many are there? Only one is there. Now I'm going to take it. Come on. Shape. Come on. What is this now? Shape of A is equal to A dot shape. What is the shape? Come on. Shape. No answer. Come on, shape. Come on, good. 0. Why 0? No dimension, no shape. No dimension, no shape. It is a single. So you will be getting what? Empty tuple will be coming. Empty tuple. This is the one of the certification related kind of question. What is that? This question and this one is a regularly asking. In simple word, whenever I am converting fundamental data type object values into ND array whose dimension is 0, whose shape is nothing. Are you getting my point? So these points you try to remember. In simple word, last and final I will do it. A is equal to 12.34. A is equal to 12.34. I'm going to take the same to same ones. I will go to this place. These are all different examples you need to do. 12.34, whose type is float, converted into like this and printing the values like this. You observe it. Float type. It is a float 64 is taken up. Float 64 is called internal data type of what? Come on. C language, and a dimension size is called one element, no dimension, and then what? No shape. Can I move forward? Last and final, it is also applicable for int type, float type, and a bool type, complex type. Up to here, all of them will be containing the same. Shall I move further? Right. Next, I'm going to enter into converting one more type of value into. What is the next type of value? From which value? str. From which type? str. Take care. str I'm going to take up. Here I'm going to write it. Python I'm going to take. Python. What is the type of X? Come on. str. Now I'm going to convert it into what? This place. How many letters are there? 6. What is the D type? U6. Already I said U6. What is that size? 6 or 1. So 1. End him. End him. End him. 1. So observe 0 because it is also going to be a single value. Though it is called a sequence data type, it is going to be having something like this. Shape is obviously called what? Nothing here. Are you following me now? It is an ND array here. It is an str converted into ND array whose shape is called 0 and the D type is called U less than U6 and the size is called 1 and the shape is called what? Nothing. Are you able to follow? Come on, quick. So next I will go to one more kind of thing. Online students, I will speak. Online students, are you following? Are you following me? So, are you feeling any speed? Are you feeling any speed? Because I'm showing practically same thing I am repeating here. So don't, hmm? Jitendra, don't feel speed of it. Because if I go to little slow, it takes lot of time for me because we have a long journey. So need to go to it. So let us move to the further. Which kind of thing I will go to? Range I will take it. Bytes, so byte array implementation, end-to-end encryption, which is not coming in the understandable format. Bytes, byte array, end-to-end encryption, our data types. That I need not to go to this place. I will go to which type next? Range. I'm going to enter into the range data type. Take care. Now I'm going to take care range of 10, comma 21, comma 2. Do you know this? Right, range data type. What it is going to be? It is going to give you the values called what? 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. And how many beautiful examples? How many syntaxes are there? Range of value, range of start, comma, stop, range of start, comma, stop, comma, step. Default step is what? +1. Which direction? Forward direction. Forward, backward direction. I said so many examples for you. Right? Come to the point of it. Here, it is going to be a range. Be careful. What is my values are going to come? It is going to print just values types are going to print. How many values I am going to get it? Be careful. Try to see the output of it, all of you. What the content is going to come? These values you see. When it is converted into ndarray, what are the values? 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So ndarray type. What is the dimension? 1. 1. Come on. Next into 32. Next 6. What is the how many elements? What is the shape? 6, comma. Are you understanding the difference between size and the shape? Are you understanding with the dimension? Right. Come on, why dimension is coming here? 1. How do I access the element called 14? With indexing. With which mechanism? Indexing. Only one index you are passing, so that one dimension will be there. There is a lot of relation with the index and then what? Accessibility of the shape. Clear or not clear? Right. Python knowledge is compulsory. Without Python knowledge, if you listen, 1 or 2 days only will come to my class. After that, headache will come. Because if you don't know Python, you cannot go for this kind of thing. Difficult for you to catch my points, right? Because I am showing everything in the form of programming only. No theory like your general classes. So I'm going to give you completely programming orientation. Is it clear? Right. Now I'm going to enter into range type is coming. Next, I will go to the next discussion. What is the next one? I will go list. So I'm going to enter into the list. Shall I go to that? So I'm going to take it list 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Our minimum day will start from this, from list onwards. Range, all those things are very small in usage, and a list onwards our discussion will be starting with. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, X type and getting into array. Content of array is end array. Dimension is called 1 and D type is called what? Into 32 and size is called what? 6 and shape is called 6, comma. Getting a right? Students in online, you are getting int 32, one dimension only, size is 6, 6, comma, end array. Now students, if you come back to this place, D type I want to use now. I am using so far what concept only? Object. Now I want to use slowly what? D type. Come on, same example I will carry. Same example. This is from where? List. List this is called. So be careful. I'm going to enter into this. So, Anjaneyulu, how into 32 houser. Houser means what can I say? Already explained or not explained? Explained now. Into 32. By default, what type of bit register it will follow? 32 bit. 64. 8, 16. Depends on my laptop configuration. It will take 32-bit laptop, 32-bit register your laptop is using or 64-bit is using depends on your laptop related configuration that will be given. And I said this explanation in my Python classes in the bitwise operators only. If you don't know bitwise operator, this is very difficult to catch it. That is supposed to come in the Python level. So listen while I am explaining the class. Come on now. I'm going to use it here. I'm saying D type is equal to float. I'm going to say D type is equal to float. Beautiful. Function call with what argument? And here I'm using one more thing. D type is equal to float. This is called a keyword argument concept. In Python, there is a keyword arguments concept is there. Positional parameters, variable length, default keyword, variable length concept. In Python level only. First positional parameter, later you need to use keyword argument. These entire values are printed in the form of what? Here it is printed in the form of integer. When you come to down, it will print 10 dot, 20 dot, dot 0 will not come. Dot 0 will not come. 10 dot means 10.0. 20 point means 20.0. Like that, it will come to float. Float, it is going to come. 10 dot, 20 dot, 30 dot, 40 dot, etc. will be coming. Are you following me now? One. Right. Now I'm going to take up one more kind of thing I want to take it. For example, here I'm going to write it. Somewhere else there is a 0 also. Somewhere else there is a minus 10 also. Here I'm going to have one more 0 also. Some more thing called 10. I am representing here called bool. I am representing here called bool. Can you expect the answer? Can you expect the answer? 10. What is the 10? True. Beautiful. 20. 30. 0. What is the concept in Python? Every non-zero is called what? True. Every 0 is called what? False. In the beginning days only we discussed it. Let us observe this kind of thing. True, true, true. False, true, true, true. What? False. Wherever there is a 0, it is going to be represented as what? False. Beautiful. Now, we understood the situation of converting into this value into any one of it. Are you getting me? Right. Now, students, how to reshape this mechanism? Last class I already mentioned it. This is called which type of shape? 9 comma. What is the dimension? Right. Today I want to convert this A into which type? 2 dimension. Now here the same example. I'm going to convert into which type? Which type? 2 dimension. This is going to be 2 dimension. Here I'm going to have it somewhere else like this 40. I'm going to write it 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 19, 15, 25, and then 35 I'm having. Something like this I'm having. How many elements are there? 12 elements. You want to take some more extra 55, 65, 75, and next is called what? 85. How many elements? 16 elements are there. It is printed. After that, I am going to give you, after that, I want to give you, come on, change, convert, what? 1D, 1D data into 2D, 2D in the form of 4 rows, 4 rows into what? 4 columns, 4 columns. Yesterday I said 2 ways for you to reshape the data. Number one is by using reshape function. One more is by using shape attribute. 2 ways I said. One is by using reshape function. One more is shape attribute. So first I will use shape attribute. Shape attribute. Come on. Now I am going to take a dot shape is equal to. Shape is an attribute in where? ndarray. How you are accessing that mechanism? How you are accessing that mechanism? Here you are going to write it. ndarray object dot shape ndarray object dot attribute I will write it. Attribute name I will write it. Attribute name I will write it. Attribute. Attribute name I will write it. Example ndarray object a dot shape. A dot ndim. Already we used it. Already we used it. A dot D type. A dot what? A dot what? Size. Like this, I can use it. So today I'm going to use what? Shape. I'm changing the modifying the shape value is equal to 4 comma 4. 4 comma 4. Now you print the data. How I am going to print the data? You print the same data as it is. You try to print it. Content of end array. Content of end array. You print something like this. Print something like this. Comma. Type of A you print it. Now dimension and everything you see. What is the dimension now? Quickly. 2. What is the D type? D type. Here. What is this now I am having here? I will remove. D type by default what? Enter. What is the D type? Enter. Now enter. Come on here. Here. I changed it. It is going to be D type is enter. Size is called what? 16. What is the shape? 4 comma 4. Earlier what? 16 comma. Now it is called what? 4 comma 4. Please observe it. Observe both of them because these are very, very important. When you go to data science models, yeah, as it is, my NumPy nodes will come as this. In our NumPy class, I'm telling total programming, how they works. When you go to ML level, that algorithm, if they explain properly, and you will write the code with the NumPy itself. There is a specialty of this class here. So 16 comma 1 dimension. You come here, this is printed end array. Dimension is 2 into 32 only. Size is 16 elements only. Instead of 16 comma, I am getting what? 4 comma 4. What is the 4 comma 4? 4 rows, 4 columns. Very good. Next, I am going to enter into the same mechanism. Same mechanism, I am going to use it. See students, I am going to enter into further. Students, you come down. Here I am going to write it. Convert. This is called what? 1D into 2D, correct? Next one I am writing it. Convert to 2D into what? 3D. 3D. In the form of what? In the form of what? Two, two matrices. Two matrices. Come on. 4 rows. 4 rows. 2 columns. 2 columns. 2 columns. Total multiplying with how many? 16. So 2 matrices. 2 matrices. Ila. 2 matrices. This is called one matrix. This is called one matrix. Both of them are available into one matrix. This is called what? 2 matrices. In that matrices, what will be there? 4 rows and then 2 columns will be there. Yes, I forget. How to do it now? I forget. Come on. A dot shape is equal to 2 comma 4 comma 2. 4 comma 2. So 3D means don't come to what is 3D? The 3-dimensional. 4D means 4-dimensional. Don't try to tell. What is 3D? It contains number of matrices, number of rows, number of columns. Like that, clearly try to answer it. So it is known as what? In our Python level, it is known as what? List. Inside the list, again inside the list. Inner list concept is called 2D. Inner list elements is called 3D. And how well we discussed in our normal Python classes about inner list memory management diagram also explained. Inner list memory management diagram also we explained it. So if you come to our place, inner list diagram representation also was explained it. So here, this is our inner list diagram, memory management of it explained. Why I am showing to this is because other batch students should realize what is the real meaning of Python. And don't think that every Python I will do something. Startups also will not look at the face. You require this type of knowledge. Come to this place. Here I am going to take up shape is equal to like this. Content and dimension, everything you look at. What is the shape will come? Can anybody can answer? 2 comma 4 comma 2. What is the dimension will be coming ma? 3. And the D type and everything will be same as like previous. Observe it. Come on quickly. How many matrices? This is called what? One matrix. Correct? This is called what? One more matrix. This is comes under one more kind of matrix or not? Yes. This is known as what? 2D. This is called, sorry, 3D. 3D. So why 3D? Two matrices with what? This many. Now I will go to 4D. Can I go to 4D? 4D contains what? Cluster. Cluster. Say cluster. Cluster contains what? Matrices. Matrix contains what? Right. Suppose you take India. India. India is what? Two dimension. Two dimension. North states, south states. In the north states, south states. I will go for what? States, comma, mandals, comma, and villages. It is called what? 3D. How that the government offices will recognize this zones and everything in the form of matrix representation only. You take one district, mom. You take one district. District is represented as what? Mandals, villages. Villages. Mandals, villages, number of males, number of females. Is it our voter list kind of counting enumeration will take place or not? This is called which representation? Matrix representation only. That is the use actual meaning of matrices. Are you following this? So, like that, you go to the last and final part of it. This same mechanism, I'm going to bring it. This I'm going to get it. Last and final mechanism, I'm going to apply. So, come to this place. Convert. Which one I'm converting? Converting which mechanism? 3D into 4D. Actually, 4D ledu. In case 4D will come in data analysis for representation of population of India. Population of India. I want to go for it. Telangana state. In the Telangana state districts. In the districts mandals. In mandals villages. In villages males and female voters. That is nothing but what? Division of matrices required. That is where we go for data analysis models like that. These are all called machine learning models we can call. Are you getting my point? Right. Come to that. Here I am going to write. Tell me 2 comma 2 comma 2. 2 comma 2. Just I will write the diagram. Please look at. This is called what? This is called what? Cluster. This is called what, ma? Cluster. This is 1 minute. Please give me some time. So here I will write it. This is called a cluster. This is called one more cluster. This is called one more cluster. In the cluster, who will be there? Matrices will be there. This is called one matrix. This is called one more matrix. This is called one more matrix. This is called one matrix. This is called one more matrix. The two clusters, so two matrices. Everything is called what? Everything is called one list only. One object only. That object is called what? Ndarray object. So, what is this is called? Cluster 1. This is called cluster 2. How many clusters are there? How many matrices are there? Two matrices. How many rows are there? Two rows are there. Two columns are there. Two columns are there. Now I will ask a beautiful question. Get the second cluster, first matrix, principal diagonal elements sum I want. Second cluster, first matrix, principal diagonal elements I want to find the sum. Marvelous. Nobody can do it. I want opposite principal diagonal elements of a second cluster, first matrix, second matrix, principal diagonal elements, both the sums I want. How to get through indexing and slicing? That is subject. Taking water bottle, bag, moving around all Amiripet institutes, that is not subject. Because I want to change the student's mindset first of all. X website, Y web, ఏం ఉండదు వాటిల్లో. Waste of time. In YouTube, you see NumPy pandas, 1 hour NumPy is over. And these are NumPy in Telugu anta malla. That's why students are going out of order. YouTube, why they will keep it? For their rating purpose. మీకు ఏదో సర్వీస్ చేద్దామని కాదు. In softwares especially, when you read out, no job will come. By listening YouTube, getting the job is impossible. You may write academic exams. మీరు అకాడమిక్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఏమి రాసినా పాస్ అయిపోతారు. అకాడమిక్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ వాట్ ఎవర్ యూ రైట్ విల్ బికమ్ పాస్. బట్ ఇఫ్ ఐ కరెక్ట్ యువర్ పేపర్, 12 years also you cannot complete BTech. Why? I will open the textbook and I will open your question paper, what you written and what the textbook contain. I will compare and correct. Passa. 12 years అయినా పాస్ కాదు అది బీటెక్ అంతే ఉంటది బయటకున్నంత రోజులు. So come to the point. So see the dimension of it, all of you. Start. See this last one. First one is called what? 1D. Next one is called 2D. Next one is called what? 3D. Go to next. See how beautiful it is. What is the dimension? What is the size? Shape. 2 comma 2 comma 2 comma 2. First 2. Cluster. Next 2. Next 2. Rows. Come on, look at ma. This is called what ma? This is called one matrix. This is called what? One matrix. This is called what? Cluster. Which cluster index? 0th index. 0th index. Next one you see, this is called one matrix. This is called what? This is called one matrix. 1 minute. This is called one matrix. This is called one more kind of matrix. This is called one more type of matrix. This is belongs to what? First cluster. 0th cluster, first cluster. This is a -1 cluster. This is a -2 cluster. Negative indexing cluster, positive indexing cluster. And this is going to belongs to this kind of total matrix called ndarray. Now, what is my question in the interview point of view? I want these elements. I want these elements to be added. I want to get the result. I want to get all clusters first element. This element I want, this element I want, this element I want, this element I want. With indexing concept I want to do. How to do? These are the questions you will go to Amazon and Microsoft. When you go to the big companies, these questions will come. So you see, some people are learning AI, something they are learning. You ask this question, totally out. Test it. Test it. And in the NumPy class, how you learn it, you also test it. Just I'll make you jump in this area. Very soon, it is going to start basic indexing on 1D, slicing, advanced indexing, filtering the elements. Later, I will tell you. Get all the prime numbers from this ND array. How do you write the code? And I don't write kilometers of code. I will write smart 3 to 4 lines of code. I'll write by using NumPy libraries. This is what data analysis require. This is what data scientists require. This type of coding require. Understand? So data science means not buttifying the algorithm and going there. They will ask you, how do you represent decision making tree, decision forest tree by writing a Python code? They know algorithm because they buttified. How to implement it? No. Stack in data structures, pushu, popu, lifo, fifo, isempty, etc. But how to write the code in Java or C++ or Python or something? Implementation is important. No? Implementation is important. Theory is important. Implementation is important. That is what you will get it. So I hope you are getting it. Are you comfortable with this? Now, what is an attribute I am using to reshape it? What is an attribute I am using? So you can go to 5D level also. 5D contains what? Group. Spell out. Group. Group contains cluster. Cluster contains matrices. Matrix contains rows and columns. That is what is given up to 5D. And up to 3D only our mechanisms are available in the real time as on today. Can I move to the further? Right. So online students, are you there? So they are feeling much difficult about it. Are you following my dear students now? So come on, respond it. So comfortable now, up to here it is comfortable, I hope so. So now I will go to the, okay, good. Now let us move to the next. So somebody will ask you tomorrow, how do you reshape your ND array? Will you tell? How do you reshape? By using shape attribute, by using the difference is reshape. If we call a dot reshape, output will be shown, but originally a contains same data only. Same data only. If I want to do it, I will just take the only first part. Reshape also I will use it in my class. Just a minute. I will take this. I will go to this place. Here I will write it. Just a minute, you see. This is the one created the first one. Instead of reshape, I will write simply a dot reshape of 8 comma 2. 8 comma 2. What is the 8 comma 2? Yes. So reshape is called what? One method present in where? Ndarray object. Output is coming. Now I'm asking the question. And this is a certification level question I am trying to ask you. Convert the data into 2D with 8 rows and then what? 2 columns. Tell me the output now. What is the dimension? Come on. 2 dimension. D type into 32. Size 16. Shape 8 comma 2. Correct? That is what everybody will expect it. But it is no. I said A dot reshape only output will be shown, but permanently A is not getting modified with 8 comma 2. It is original data only available. See that it is one dimension only. Output may be coming, but output also not printed immediately. If I print it like this, if I print it, if we go to that, output is going to be available here. If I write it, print off, if I print it, print off like this, if I say, output may be coming, but it is not going to contain. Output may be containing, but result is still old data only available. In order to get the data, what you will do? I need to write A is equal to. Are you getting it? Then only you will get the output what you expected it. So just to remove this extra bracket. So need to go to this. Are you getting me now? This is called a 2 dimension 8 comma 2 etc. Clear or not clear? Right. So what are the things you got today's class? What you learned it? What are the attributes of it? What array function is doing? Next, let me continue. Most important part is there. Next, come to what? List is converted. Same thing is applicable to what? Tuple also. Applicable to what also? Tuple also. Look at all of you. Something more important here. Create an object of something like this. I'm going to take it, students, here like this. Create an object of ndarray from where? Tuple, tuple, tuples with list. Tuples with list. Something inner mechanism I want to show. This is a tuple only. This is a tuple only, no doubt in that. But inside of it, dear students, I am going to take up. This is called one list. This is called one list. This is called one more type of list. This is called one more type of list. This is called one more type of tuple. This is called one more type of tuple. What is this combination called, ma? What is this combination called? Is it inner mechanism or not? It is nothing but list in tuple, tuple in tuple. Already we learned it. 16 combinations I said. Why I said to you? Because I am teaching this module to and pandas. You require that knowledge here. That's why today you are feeling very easy because already we discussed this. Come to print of convert this x. Convert this x type. Convert this x type. X type. You print it, convert into this way, and see this. When I am converting into that, answer my question, all of you. X is called a list type only. What is the dimension? Tell me. Come on, Harsh VK. Good. Come on. 2 dimension. Already chat box lo వచ్చేసి ముందు చెప్పాలి అందరికంటే. That I like it. Already here 2D is coming. ముందు చెప్పాలి అందరికి. If you answer well, that I will appreciate. I will read out like Harsh. So it is converting what? Inner part is converted. This is taken as one entry, another entry, another entry, another entry. What is the dimension? 2. D type same. What is the size? Come on. Next shape. 4 comma 4. Are you following? Right. Suppose I am writing here 20.0. 20.0. What will be the output? What is the D type? Come on. Float or int? Right. Look at all of you. Please look at that. It is going to be 50.50.70. Etc. That means already I said to you, whenever last class in the first or second class or something, 10 comma, row sum comma, 2 plus 3j, etc. It is automatically promoted to higher type or not? When int and float is available, it is automatically promoted to which type? Float type. So here also one single value is called float. All the rest of the values are converted into what type? Float type. So this is one thing you can say it is called float type. What is the dimension? 4 comma 4. Are you following me? That means when I'm going for an inner mechanism, it is you need not to reshape it. If at all you want to reshape it, you can go something like this. Still, I can reshape it to what? 3D I can reshape it. 4D also I can reshape it. Getting me? So come to the point of it. If you want last and final, I will go to it. This is the one I will take this case. Here I will write it. Follow this now. I'm writing. This is inside the tuple. This is inside the tuple. This is inside the list. No problem. This is inside the list like this. It is going to be called which one? 3D. 3D. It is going to be 3D. Two inner parts are there. Each one contains 2 rows and 4 columns. These are all called your questions which are coming in interview point of view. Understand? So these type of questions are the things which are going to come. So only thing is this part you need to take care. Which type of values are coming? This is ndarray. Then next line ku తీసుకుంటానది. I'll take it into next line. You try to run it. So you got it. ndarray type of that printed. Okay, I think you will understand it. This is in the next line. This is in the next line. You got it. So students, you got it. This mechanism now. Next, I'm going to enter into one of the very, very important part I'm going to take up. Let us carry that. Tuple is over. List is over. Now I'm going to take which type? Set. I'm going to take it. Set. Very, very important. So coming to the set type here, go to the set type. So there you go for it. I'm taking set. Set never allows duplicates. And you know how much detailed knowledge we got it on set, you know. Set. Start. Converted into what? Array. Array. Okay. It is by default what? Integer type only taking. If you want to take float type, you can write D type is equal to what? Float. Come on, content you are getting and no duplicates are there. 2 times 10 is there, 1 time 10 only will be coming. Dimension. Come on. 1. D type. Int. Size. Come on. What is the shape? 16, comma. That is the wrong answer. Wrong answer. Yes. Indexing is not there in the set. Already I said. Already is my 7 o'clock batch students recently started. Data types completed. Still others are not remembering. Set never maintains what? Index. When index is not there, it is called what? Shape is empty. And the dimension is called what? 0. Already said now. Why you are forgetting that? So coming to that, dimension is 0, shape is nothing, size of it is called 1. Very frequently asked question. Generally student will expect what? More number of values are there. Dimension is going to be 1 and no shaping is there. Only 1. 16 comma you expect. But the answer is what? Set never allows indexing. No index means what? No shape. What is the index? Dimension 0. Got it up? Similarly, frozen set also will be taking the same mechanism. Frozen set and set are going to be the similar. One is a mutable and immutable. One is frozen set is purely immutable. Go to the last mechanism here. What is the last mechanism? If you want frozen set, frozen set. This is a certification level question. Frozen set object. Frozen set object here. Frozen set. Same to same. Frozen set object same to same. Also will give you frozen set here. Frozen set of dimension is 0. Shape is nothing here. Getting my point? Next, I will go to the next one. I will go to the dictionary. Create an object of ndarray from which object? Dict object. Come on. 1 colon Python, 1 colon Python, 2 colon C, and 3 colon what? DSA, and 4 colon Java. 4 colon Java. This is called which object? Dict object. Be careful. Type is this one, converted into this one. Possible or not possible? Wrong answer. Not possible. It is possible. Not possible and not possible to convert. It is a possible to convert. So you are still hyperactive now. So dimension is 0. Why dimension is 0? Dictionary will not provide index. Dictionary will not provide index. Every key acting as an index only. That's why no shape, no dimension. No shape, no dimension. No shape, no dimension. What is the type? Object type. Why object type? Similar type, different type of values are there, automatically treated as which type? Object type. This type is important. This is a shape and then this dimension is important. I hope that it is more clear about the function name called what? Array of. Is it clear about it? So this notes I will send you. This notes I will send you. So this notes I will send you. Coming to the point back, here I'm going to take up this NumPy. Here I'm going to take NumPy. I'm going to take it array object. I'm going to take it. There is one thing called what? Array. I'm going to take up this. So read out array. This is my function. Okay, no need to read out. After going to home, you read out. So who is this? Munna Bhai. I think we should get a Nobel Prize in computer science. So, my dear student, so if all my students will support, then I need not receive Nobel Prize. You get a job, that is nothing but I get Nobel Prize only. If all my students will get the job, that is nothing but indirectly I'm prize winner only. Correct or not? So Nobel Prize, no teacher will get generally. All politicians will get. Because it is there in their hands to decide who need to get Nobel Prize or something. So they need to conduct that one test they will conduct. They need to conduct one test to give the prize. What test? Teaching skills test, subject delivery test they conduct. Definitely, if you all support me, I will also go for participating in test. That time they will decide. Okay, anyhow, for your uh, supporting, I'll thank you and start. Are you following this now? Come to this. All the description is given. Examples also given perfectly here. Almost all the examples are given. Everything is given. Plus this example which I done, also I will post it. Now, coming to this place, online students. Here I am going to take it. Here I am going to take it. Import NumPy as NP. Come on. Help of NP dot what? Array. Please look at. Come on. What is this? Array of. What is that? Object D type. These are all star copy, order K, and all those things you will come across in my regular discussion of the syntaxes. Now you will get it. What is the star represents? Variable length. Already star variable, star variable is equal to value. Already you know. So if we come to my examples, which I already discussed with you in Python, you go to your place, functions you take it. In functions, if you go to keyword variable length parameters, final syntax of the function. Final syntax of the function. Variable formal parameters, star variable length, default params, star params, star params. When star parameter is coming into the function definition, it is which type? Variable length. When star will come, what is that? Keyword variable length. When is equal to value comes, it is called what? Default. No value assigned. It is called positional parameter. That is used to discuss in our Python lectures only. This is called our functional. Are you following? So main important thing is object and D type. Other things, least bother about it. First you understand. So this is going to be giving a description here. They are giving a description here. These are all called help. Also, I'm showing internally how it is available to you. Understand? So first you need to write the notes of this one, this data type which I'm giving you, array type, and plus you need to practice this entire thing. What I said to you. And getting the job in Python industry is not that much joke what you are thinking like engineering college, going to college and getting college. You have to have continuous rigorous working is required. After going to home, need to eat and next need to write the notes, need to practice up to 6 o'clock. You have to work like anything. After the class, lunch is over, going to the lab and doing practice. Without practicing, if we come to the class, only like a normal student, if you do, it's a difficult to cope up. Getting my point? Sorry, getting me? Right. So this is called today's lecture called these many number of mechanisms are there. Array function I said. This I took it a lot of time, and next onwards it will take easy for you to understand. Understand? So tomorrow I will go for what? Arange, zeros, ones, full. I will explain these functions. One day absent, next day coming, you will become handicapped. Handicapped means gap is there. Handicapped ante మామూలుగా handicapped. Subject wise handicapped. Already there is a big damage is there. 100% handicapped is there in 17 years to 22 years. Again, it means it is a problem. So tomorrow I will go for these functions I will discuss. Next class I will go for linspace and other kind of things will be done. Like that, all these things one by one with examples I will explain. Okay now? Is today's class is clear? Bouncing up. Bouncing. Who is that? Bouncing అంటే రాకు రేపు నుంచి అక్కడే ఉండు బయట. సో బౌన్సింగ్ మీన్స్ యూ బీ అవుట్ సైడ్. సో ఇక్కడ వచ్చి ఎందుకు నీకు వేస్ట్ బౌన్స్ అయిపోతుంటది ఊరిక. సో బీ అవుట్ సైడ్, ట్రై టు డూ సమ్ అదర్ యాక్టివిటీ. థ్యాంక్ యూ. క్యారీ ఆన్. ఆల్ ద బెస్ట్. Online students, you hold on if any doubts are there. Entire element is single element only. Entire degree is taken as single element only, not multiple elements. All of them are single element only. Size of A also you see, set also you see, is a single element. Project set also, there is a single element. Why single element? No index. Yes. Possible of the 13 elements of multiples ఉండాలి. Possible కాదు, 3 dimensional possible అయిపోయారా? Online students, my new batch was started at the 9 a.m. 2 days back. Admin Kavya. Shashank Kumar. Shashank Kumar, your explanation is very good, but a little difficult to understand because module 1 not completed. And I am from non-IT background. But it is improving day by day with the practice. Yes, obviously, you have to improve by Python. So you need to have the Python data types thorough knowledge. Shashank Kumar, you need to improve like that. Next, Nagaraju N. Nagaraju N.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Nagaraju, tell me.
Sir, yesterday కొద్దిగా జర్నీలో ఉండి నేను క్లాసు జర్నీలో విన్నాను సార్, అందుకని జూపిటర్ ఇన్స్టాలేషన్ వినలేదు సార్, అందుకని హ్యాండ్ రైట్ చేశాను సార్.
ఏమ్మా?
జూపిటర్ ఇన్స్టాలేషన్ వినలేదు సార్, అందుకని హ్యాండ్ రైట్ చేశాను సార్.
ఆల్రెడీ వీడియో లింక్ ఇచ్చింటారు చూడు అడ్మిన్, అది విను.
ఓకే సార్.
రైట్.
ఓకే సార్.
Shivam Mishra. Shivam Mishra.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma.
Sir, I have installed Anaconda, and to sign up, sir, I can use Google or GitHub, sir. Google
for
ID or
installing?
no, I have already installed Anaconda, but to
Hmm.
sign up, I can use Google ID, मतलब email ID or GitHub. There is a option Microsoft GitHub Google ID.
No need to use like how I am going to start the session. Already Anaconda is installed, no? Like this.
Yeah, yeah. Sir.
Go
And
to
sir,
this
from
all apps.
Jupyter, I have to install Jupyter Notebook also, sir.
You use your own Google ID. You do it.
Google ID. Sir. And Jupyter Notebook, I have to install from Google Chrome, sir.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Right. Right. Next, Nagadipti. 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 Any doubts, ma? Nagadipti, hand raising was there. Right. So how to open the drive? Already I shown you in the class Omkar. So need to go to your Google Drive, double click on it and open in the new tab, and your files will open, and say right click. You will get download option. Download option. Okay. Omkar. Ashish, can you explain it once item size, please small down. I said I will explain in further. I'll explain in further classes. I said item size, don't worry at this stage. I said I will explain that. Okay. So, who is this Srilata? Kernel is showing my browser will open immediately. Browser will open immediately. Kernel is ready. Browser also will open immediately. Browser will open immediately. Browser will open immediately. Right. So I hope no more hand raising symbols are there. Nagadipti, you are unable to speak, ma, because I called you, but you are not able to speak. Okay. Take care. Don't miss the next class. Very important tomorrow classes. Thank you. All the best.